Yuri! So you may have wondered, why did I do that? I opened this fucking game and it said I have granted kids hell. Babadook. Sayori. Well, last we left off, Sayori's fucking dead! And Monika is here to show us the literature club. Sure, I guess I can check this out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Kyo. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Okay. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I want cupcakes, damn it. I timidly follow Monika across the school and up the stairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings to open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me! A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Kyo! All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! So, let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not! Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably at first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Kyo in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought someone new? Hi, Mikado. I was going to... well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Kyo? The girls have a few desks arranged before their table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. There probably might be more, but she's been scribbling them out of existence, whore! Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in joining up, in putting in all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we can graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Blah. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Kyo, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly turns up. The M word. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri chases the rim for a teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop?
Yeah, haha, nice going, writers!
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped at something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, we might as well have a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. Suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting.
It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, bitch! Give that back!
Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive.
Why don't you share them sometime? Now! Natsuki averts her eyes. You want, like, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work and set an example and help Natsuki, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea! How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Kyo?
Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back with me with dejected eyes.
But... I'm sorry, I thought...
The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Kyo. The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if just writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Kyo?
Yeah. It can be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if it really just left after all of this, I would be super pissed.
Yo, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to next meeting, so we all can share.
Monika looks over at me once more.
Yo, I look forward to see how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? No! Perhaps I'll give the chance to go closer to one of these girls. I'm going for Yuri again! Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me! No, it won't. No, it fucking won't. Yep. I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh boy. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. A dream. I was wandering in an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, or anything. Suddenly, the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of interminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way my way was up, I stiffened myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed in the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. Oh. No Sayori. I almost said Sayaka. Well. Okay. I know who to go for. Lust. Infallible. Covet. Ambient. Oh, this is still so sad. She's gone. After image. Massacre. Tragedy. Heaven sent. Grief. And contamination.
Hi again, Kyo!
Hi. Good to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. I saw that.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Kyo. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged in here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Whoa. Natsuki. You only have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the club room. You're talking over your own dialogue here, Missy. Manga? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature, bitch! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
I'm sorry, Kyo. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Sorry, just... First off, music. Second, is the room crooked or is it just me? Something's wrong. Something's messing with my eyesight here.
Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. We could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading that much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Sorry, just... Brrr! It was crooked! Ugh! Brrr! Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like it was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. I wonder if there's anything new here. Because we've done this part before. Yeah. Hey, the thing's different.
Basically, it's this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood.
Excuse me? Hold on, excuse me? Hold on, excuse me? Is that why you licked me? Are you a killer that has a lust for blood? Uh-oh.
But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Uh-oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so Dark Turn came out of nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kyo?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. Duh. But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Holy shit! Oh. Oh. Then suddenly...
I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things in books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly blah, blah, blah. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people.
You're gonna fucking kill me, aren't you?
So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
Oh god. Also, if you notice the cuts, I'm not skipping anything I've already read over. I'm mostly just going over stuff I've already have, so I don't spend the whole time just rereading stuff we've already gone over. Not, like, as you can notice, I, pause a bit beforehand so you can see when the changes happen, because I'm pretty aware of what's happening.
And please stop me if I stop talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah! Whoa! What was that? Ugh. Shiver.
Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? I'm dating a murderer now. Fuck me!
Let me get the book.
I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in the company with someone.
I see. Just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I end up with the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over her shoulder as I read. We can probably skip ahead. Bathing in your blood? Hold on. History? I was just... Here, you apologize, don't you?
I do?
Bathing in the blood of your body? Yeah, she's gonna fucking kill me. She's gonna fucking kill me. She's gonna fucking kill me!
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's, then hold my book between the two of them.
I suppose so.
I know the screenshot's coming up, so I'm reading this part, so just in case we see anything fuckedly. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and it flips to her side. Been holding it like this. We're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
I'm sorry! I think I got distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page and letting it flow over to her as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a bit silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses the way she thinks, and second guesses things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. Like she's a fucking killer! We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something.
Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand in her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Yo? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing! Don't worry, I believe you, silly. I was literally right over there. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Monika. I should start with Monika. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Kyo! Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Kyo. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Kyo! I was just going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally attached from reality. I don't mean it like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. But I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, and I'm more than glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I'll go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Yeah, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. He wasn't looking at me. Confused. I glanced around but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced around my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there any in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's in here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, it's kind of the style that's gotten pretty popular. It is a lot of poems and timing. I want it to be really powerful.
What's the inspiration on this one? Well, I'm not sure how to know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day! Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a certain specific point. You try really hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. If you force yourself to get something down on paper, just force yourself, and then tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for long, you just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, going it there. Things are definitely not going well. Yuri has basically had a really good way of calming everyone down, and Yuri's turning into kind of a fucking murderer. Fuck me, God. Let's save. Here. Yep. Yep, so next time we're gonna show off our, perfectly Yuri, poems to Yuri. So that's about it from me, so have a good day, everybody! Bye!